couple in Japan has recently gone viral for posting photos of a unique solution to dealing with their child's separation anxiety. So look at this. What do you think? See anything unusual at all?
Well, I see mom in front of the gate, the child gate.
But that is not mom. That is a life-size replica cutout of mom.
Look how happy he looks.
Yeah, and so what they decided to do, and I haven't seen this, but they decided because this child had so much separation anxiety, whenever mom would leave sight, that they built this replica, and he's happy as long as the replica or mom is there.
So, Reena, I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but is this really a good way to cope with separation anxiety in your toddler?
Right. I mean, as a clinician, I highly would not recommend doing this. So if anyone's attempting or thinking to do this, please don't.
I love that.
And I mean, think about it. Our whole goal as our children, is foster independence, autonomy. So imagine this poor child right there thinking mom, right, is right there, and he's like, "Hi, mama," and he gets no response from mom. And what happens to him? He's not getting that relationship, that feedback that you need, that reciprocity. And we're fostering dependence then. So my recommendation is please don't try this at home. And the other aspect of it is when children enter preschool, right? That's usually their first experience away. They go to a daycare, they go to a preschool, and what do we want? We want them to feel secure, and we want them to explore and know at the end of the day that mom and dad are coming to pick them up. And having a situation like this really isn't fostering that type of development.
Yeah, and if your child packs up the cardboard, mom, and puts it in their car when they're going off to college, that's a
That's a big red flag.
that's a red flag. That may not go over too well in the dorms.
So funny.
And I also think that kids catch on. Like, this is a really cute little gimmick for a day or two.
It's like mom is awful quiet.
Yeah, when he keeps looking back for approval and she's not interacting with you, you're going to feel pretty cheated pretty quickly. And then that's emotionally very damaging too, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Might there be a few situations where this, I mean, just for like 15, 20 seconds, if you have a bunch of people in a nearby room, and I actually.
So why not use a teddy bear? Why not use a blanket, right? There's kids who have security,
like a lovey, sort of
right?
Security
but not a replacement.
A pet helps.
A pet. That'll be.
Now that I know this works, I'm ordering 3 life-size replicas of myself. They're going to be planted all over the house. I will. You know, every TV is going to be set to the doctors permanently. Daddy will be there 24/7. But I completely appreciate what you're saying, and I think this whole concept of separation anxiety has honestly become a bigger deal for parents sometimes nowadays. But I think it also highlights going through this short period of difficult transition, if you will. What age at which, with these types of tantrums, where it's mom must be there, is there an age at which you'll sort of naturally grow out of that?
Yeah. So around 6 months of age is where children really start to differentiate. You know, we laugh and we look at it and we're like, wow, this child can't discriminate between a cardboard and mom. But it's very common to see 4-legged animals and think they're all dogs when they're that young. But around 6 months, they start to develop that stranger danger. And around 1-2 years old, I want to say those toddler years, they're really starting to gain those independence. And one of the biggest recommendations I make is, as new parents, I'm going to give you this advice right now. Go out on a date. Don't be afraid to leave your child with a loved one or a sitter, because again, we're wanting to teach autonomy. That's the healthiest thing you can do. We're at a time where we are those hovering parents. We want to enable our kids, but we're not doing them justice by even leaving for short. Go to the grocery store for 30 minutes and practice those skills, because that's what you want to teach.
You know how I heard through the grapevine, the way they helped this child get over separation anxiety is they dropped him off at a rave.
Go at it.
Yeah, but
first 10 seconds were rough, but after that, he was doing the sprinkler.
Yeah, but he won't go to the rave.
Really attached to the sprinkler. Like,
it's an easy move.
He won't go to the rave, though, without his cardboard mom.
He needs his cardboard
She needs
mom.
to be there.